Hi, I'm Sean, a very warm welcome. So today I'm chatting about the solar eclipse in Aquarius, which is happening on the 17th of Feb, but we will feel the influence 2 weeks before and after the eclipse. Eclipses get a bit of a bad rap in astrology because people think they cause explosive change like a dangerous volcano. Mostly this is nonsense. I've lived through plenty of eclipses and nothing much happened. So what do eclipses really do? Eclipses generally act a bit like accelerators. They often bring events which are already in motion to a quicker conclusion. They can also create new turning points, but please not destruction points. So what I'm saying is, the change which happens is not random, but the timing is a little loopy. A quick example which happened to me. About 20 years ago, I was thinking about leaving a job. Then just before an eclipse, our company went through a restructuring, and suddenly the moment arrived where I was offered a transfer to a different branch, and I resigned. This is very typical eclipse energy. How you will feel it will be impacted by the fact that this eclipse is in Aquarius, and by which house is activated. Astrologically, a solar eclipse is a supercharged new moon. It's the same new moon reset energy, but louder, clearer, and harder to ignore. New directions appear. Old routines shift. People take decisions they've been avoiding. You've been putting off sorting your phone photos. Suddenly, your phone hits 0 storage, and now you have to do it. You've been circling the gym for weeks. Then a friend texts, "I'm outside your place, get in the car." Eclipses push you into action you already sensed was coming. So this eclipse is in Aquarius. The sign linked to groups, ideas, networks, technology, change, and community action. Aquarius rules circles of people, friends, teams, networks. Some examples. Your book club suddenly decides to turn monthly meetings into weekly hangouts. A co-worker invites you into a project you didn't expect to join, or you reconnect with a friend you haven't spoken to since pre-lockdown. Aquarius also links to technology and future-focused choices. So don't be surprised if your laptop suddenly needs an upgrade. Maybe you fall into a rabbit hole watching tutorials and come out knowing how to edit video. This is eclipse energy in Aquarius. So let's go on and look at each sign. Hi Aries. This eclipse hits your 11th house of friends, groups, networks, goals. This house covers teamwork, alliances, community projects, and your long-range wishes. Expect a reset in your social circles or the causes you back. Some examples: you join a new professional group, you switch from a casual chat group to an active mastermind, you set one clear goal for the next year and find 2 people to keep you accountable. Your mantra: I choose my crew and my cause. Hi Taurus. This eclipse hits your 10th house of career, public role, reputation. This house rules leadership, vocation, and what you're known for. A fresh chapter may start at work or with your life direction. Some examples: you update your title, you pitch a new project to your boss, you draw a line between work and home time and protect it. Your mantra: I step up and keep it simple. Hi Gemini. This eclipse hits your 9th house of study, travel, publishing, worldview. This house covers learning, teaching, certification, and broadcasting your ideas. A new path opens through study or sharing. Some examples: you enroll in a course, you start a newsletter, you book a trip that widens your view, you teach one workshop. Your mantra: I learn, I share, I grow. Hi Cancer. This eclipse hits your 8th house of shared money, debt, taxes, trust, and deep bonds. This house handles mergers and separations, money, time, energy. A clean start arrives in the way you share or set terms. Some examples: you consolidate a loan, you set a clear bill-splitting rule, you have one honest talk about needs and limits. Your mantra: I set clear terms and keep my peace. Hi Leo. This eclipse hits your 7th house of one-to-one ties, partners, clients, rivals. This house is about agreements and the mirror people hold up for you. Fresh energy lands in a key relationship or contract. Some examples: you define roles in a partnership. You onboard a new client with better boundaries. You choose calm over point scoring in a conflict. Your mantra: I commit with clarity. Hi Virgo. This eclipse hits your 6th house of work, service, systems, routines, health habits, and pets. This house loves order and useful tweaks. A practical shift helps your day run better. A few examples: You batch emails, you try a simple meal plan, you streamline your to-do list, you book checkups you've delayed. Your mantra: I improve one system today. Hi Libra. The eclipse hits your 5th house of creativity, romance, play, and self-expression. This house invites joy, performance, and projects from the heart. A new outlet asks for time and attention. Examples: you start a small creative challenge, you plan one weekly date night, you share your work online without overthinking. Mantra: I create and press send. Hi Scorpio. This eclipse hits your 4th house of home, family, roots, and emotional base. This house concerns land, living spaces, and kin. A home or family reset may begin. Some examples: you rearrange a room to serve one clear purpose. You set a weekly family check-in. You choose a quiet hour at home with your phone in another room. Your mantra: I ground and build from here. H Sagittarius. This eclipse hits your 3rd house of communication, neighbors, siblings, short trips, skills. This house rules writing, speaking, daily logistics, and tools. New channels open in how you connect. A few examples: you start a simple content schedule. You take a skills class. You fix your inbox rules. You bike instead of drive for nearby errands. Your mantra: I say it clear and keep it moving. Hi Cap. This eclipse hits your 2nd house of money, assets, budget, values, self-worth. Don't panic, it's unlikely you'll lose your job. This house is about earning, spending, pricing, and what matters. A clean money move is ready. Some examples: you set a savings rule, you adjust your rate, you cancel one unused subscription, you track expenses for 30 days. Your mantra: I value my time and price it well. Hi Aquarius. This eclipse hits your 1st house of identity, body, image, and personal path. If you are an Aquarius rising sign, you will especially feel this eclipse. This house is your reset button. A new chapter in how you present and choose begins. Some examples: you update photos and LinkedIn profile, you pick one fitness habit that fits your day, you state a boundary out loud and keep it. Your mantra: I lead with who I am. Hi Pisces. This eclipse hits your 12th house of rest, release, privacy, and behind-the-scenes work. This house covers your inner life. A quiet shift supports recovery and focus. Some examples: you take a social media break, you start a simple meditation, you finish a project in draft before you show it. Your mantra: I pause, clear, and prepare.